Hey guys, welcome.
Hey, Sabah.
Hey there.
Hi. If it's your first time, welcome. Hope the experience so far has been good.
I'm loving it.
Good, good. We'll get started in just a minute here. And yeah, the way this works is if you have copy that needs to be reviewed, just drop it in the chat and I go through it on like a first come, first served basis. These calls technically should be an hour. Sometimes I go an hour and a half, depending on how many people we have. But hopefully today I actually can't do an hour and a half. So I'll try and get through as many as possible. But if I don't get to you for some reason, just message me on Facebook after and I can do a private review if needed. So I think Bilal, you're first. And I will share my screen. We can get started.
Yep.
You want to give some context on what you're working on?
Yeah. Have you opened the doc?
Yeah, just 1 second. There we go.
So this is a mindset coach and her niche is finance.
Okay.
And this is a very long, let's say 9 minutes Facebook video script. I showed this to Justin and Stefan and I made some changes. Previously, it was 100% blind curiosity like Connor Boylan did. I am simply in love with this script. I just, got a template out of that and I'm using that. So they said that 100% curiosity is not good for Facebook and there could be problems. So I changed that to mild curiosity. I have added some details so that they won't feel bad. Everyone would get something when they would be watching this. So I just want your opinion, compliance-wise and copy-wise.
Okay. Let's see. Are you aware of these 5 mindset blocks? So one of the things, with Connor's hook, like, are you aware of the 5 words thing, is a bit more something that people are actually, because in the dating space, like, what you say is so important to actually like getting someone's attention or, getting the date or whatever. It works because he's like, are you aware of the 5-letter word or whatever, the 5 words that do X, Y, Z. With this one, I don't think it's the same context, right? Like nobody's thinking, what are the 5 mindset blocks that are having a negative impact on my relationship with money? Like that's not going through anyone's head. What might be going through their head is like, how come I can never make enough money? Or why do I always run out of money? Or something like that. And then it would like segue into what most people don't know is that there are 5 mindset blocks that have a negative impact. And I wouldn't even actually use those words. It would be a lot more casual. Like I think this is a very formal, it's just a very formal sort of tone, which I don't know if who's the narrator, who's like the talking head.
Narrator is a woman and 80% of market is also a woman.
Okay, but what's
woman,
her like?
From 30 to 50 who already have a job and who want financial independence. So I was just thinking about what you were just saying. If we could just, delete some stuff and say, are you aware of these 5 mindset blocks that are keeping you from achieving absolute financial independence? Would that be fine?
It could be, but I don't think that's going to get people excited because you're talking a language, like it's a very formal tone. Like if you're just talking about, are you aware of the #1 reason why you always run out of money or you never have enough money or you can't stick to a budget? Like that's something that's a bit more relatable, right? Like for somebody who is struggling with money, like what's the offer? What is the
offer is basically that's a course on financial mindset, like how to develop a certain type of financial mindset where you know how to manage your finances, where you know how to think rationally instead of emotionally, and stuff like that. Because there's a perception, I don't know how true that is, that women think more emotionally when it comes to money and men think rationally. I don't know why the hook is that, because she wanted it to be this way. Like women think emotionally about money and we have to tell them that this particular course is going to change your mindset
okay?
totally. from emotional thinking to rational thinking when it comes to money.
Okay, but that's not, remember, that's not the goal. The goal is to have more money, right? So the idea that you have to change your mindset is almost like the mechanism. So like ultimately the hook needs to start with the goal. I mean, I see it's about achieving financial independence, but most people don't say it like that, right? Like they usually look at it as having unlimited amounts of money or having access to more wealth, right? Or having the security of more wealth. Like those are the kinds of goals that they're looking for. So if you can find a way to kind of hone in on that as your hook, I think you'll have a lot more success with this Facebook ad. And it does have to come in this
Right.
first few lines.
Okay.
So think more along the lines of, you know, a better, I mean, do you talk about how it's like there's a difference between how men and women think about money?
In this ad, no, I don't, because I thought that this particular angle might offend some women, because let's admit it that it's not about gender, it's about a person's individual approach to money. And there are many women definitely who are very successful in their own niches and, you know, whatever they do in life. So
Sure.
I didn't go with that angle.
Okay. I mean, that might be something to explore because it would be a strong hook, right?
Right. But won't you
Yeah, I
think
just
that
don't.
professional American woman, I'm sorry for interrupting you,
Yeah, no, go
that
ahead.
professional American woman would be offended by, you know, by reading such an ad or watching such an ad where they are told that men think more rationally when it comes to money, and women are, you know, emotional beings, and they aren't that rational. Like the
It
market
depends
is
how you
basically
say it.
not
I mean, if you,
house.
yeah, it depends how you say it. If you say it like that, then yeah, they're going to be offended. But you could say something like, there's actually an investing company targeting women that has some really good messaging on Facebook. And they did say things like, it's time to start investing like a man or something like that. And it set off, you know, a whole lot of conversations in the ads. But then people were also saying, yeah, but this is a really, really good service for women who want to be
Interesting.
financially independent, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember what the name of it is now, but it was a very strong hook, and they use it across all of their marketing.
Awesome.
So that's something to consider. You don't have to be that direct, but you could say, you know, women have you could make a positive out of it. Like women have a certain advantage when it comes to handling their finances, and they can do it. They can use their emotional intuition to make better money decisions, you know, something like that, like, you know, kind of play on how it's a positive thing for women. That might be an option too.
Got it.
Yeah. Does that help?
Yeah, but I just wanted your opinion, compliance wise as well. If you could just scroll a little bit, you would read first two things, like there is first, you know, a mindset block, and then second one. Previously, I didn't tell anything about what they were, but now I have told them what these are, because, you know, I was told by Stefan that going, you know, running a Facebook ad script with 100% blind curiosity could be a problem. So just check it compliance wise, if you could kindly, like,
Yeah,
is
basically you
this
have to
a little
position it.
clear?
Right. So
Sorry?
basically you have to position it that you're giving them tips in the video versus having them
Yeah.
having to click over. Yeah, I mean, my like gut just tells me that the 5 mind shifts is not a strong enough hook. I don't think that's, or the 5 mindset blocks. I don't, because that's not something that people are thinking. What are my mindset blocks that are stopping me? That's not what they're thinking. They're thinking, why can't I, you know, why am I not able to have more money, or why can't I keep my money that I earn, or why can't I get access to wealth, like those kinds of things, right? And then, like I said, like the mindset blocks is almost like the mechanism that you reveal to them. The reason why is because you have these 5, you have mindset blocks, and then these are the 5, if that makes sense. So once you break through those blocks, then you have financial freedom. So there's like a missing element here on like approaching the subject, if that makes sense.
Yep. So if you could kindly just read it a little bit, and compliance wise, you can, if anything that you see and you see it, it's a red flag. I mean,
Compliance wise, I don't see anything. I mean, if you're going to go with this angle, you are revealing some of the answers and then you're saying, check out the free training. But overall, I wouldn't use this angle or hook would be my recommendation. But if
Got
you're
it.
going to do it, I don't think there's any compliance issues.
Got it. Last thing is that when it comes to results that you show, like testimonials and stuff, some people say that, for example, another coach, she said that I made $1 million in my first year doing coaching. Can we have such a money claim? Because it's not a claim. We're not telling them, our readers or viewers, that they are going to make that money. We're telling them that we made this much money, or
Mhm.
our clients, our students made this much money. Is that fine, or is that also frowned upon?
It can be an issue because basically it'll come down to, it's more like an FTC thing that if the average person can't make $1 million, you can't make that claim. So think smaller, like think more realistic achievements for like an everyday person, you know, what is it, 10K, you know, in a month, or, you know, whatever it might be, but try and use more like realistic stories is really the rule.
Right.
Versus
Thank you very
extreme
much.
cases. Okay. All right, I think John, you're up.
Howdy,
Hello. Oh, you got the coffee.
I'm back. Last time.
Excellent.
So I made the changes that you
Nice.
suggested. Oh, this is a different one.
Okay,
So this is version B. Yep, that's the first version.
nice. Okay.
Made the changes you suggested. I like it. Just so it's a quick skim for a Sabah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like that. Very nice. I like this. This is nice.
And then the B version is a bit of a different tack just on the lead and probably throughout, because I had kind of a, after seeing Ian Stanley's presentation last week, I realized a lot of the stuff I was doing, I'm the right testicle in his diagram. And so, yeah, so the second version, I'll just tell you about that in a second.
The
But
top part, just this area.
yeah, it's actually, yeah, I missed that you were there. So it's changing it. The first version is more for people who expect coming in, kind of know some of these things about coffee and the shade grown and the bougie coffee people.
Mhm.
The B version, what we're finding with cold traffic coming in, is they just want a cup of coffee. So it's kind of playing off the memory. And this is almost swiped directly from Quora. Some people talking about why they like coffee. And
Okay.
so it's kind of giving them what they want, not what they need, along those lines from last week.
I mean, I've never seen this type of description up
Me
here.
either.
So I don't know how powerful that's going to be. I mean, if you want to test it, you can.
Yeah.
I don't personally have like gut level confidence in that, because I do
Okay.
think you're going to need to describe the product a bit more up here.
Yeah. Okay. And then the other thing would be, if I do, and I'll turn this over to other folks, is if I were to do a B test,
Mhm.
is it going to be changing this, the lead, or is it going to be changing? Because again, I don't see these kind of long landing pages for other competitors in this at all. Or just doing like a short, looking at heat maps and seeing what people are looking at, skimming at, and just coming up with a B version as condensed.
Yeah, I mean, your biggest, I think, needle movers are going to be in this top section.
Okay.
So, if you might want to do like an Amazon style product description here, where you're basically
Bullets.
doing the bullets. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like fascinations almost, right? Where it's like the first word is all capitalized, and then you've got like a 1 or 2 lines that describe it. Just like an Amazon description page, like a well put together Amazon description page. That would be my, that's what I would do as a test.
And what you'll do, I will do. Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, you could do multiple tests, right? Like test this one too. Who knows? Maybe these people will love this kind of intro. But yeah, definitely, even with this, like I would put some bullets or some descriptions up here, because this
Okay.
is where you're going to get most of the attention. And then people are going to really think of it that like people see this and they're like, interesting. And then they scroll down and now you're feeding them more. You're like, you have to spoon feed them slowly,
Okay.
like, you start with the top level, like the overview, and you give
Mhm.
them everything in a decent amount of space. And then the people who have not, obviously they haven't clicked, right? Because they're still scrolling. So
Yeah.
now you're giving them a bit more and you're giving them a bit more and you're keeping them intrigued, and eventually they're going to click. So that's really the idea, or like I guess the psychology, right?
Got it. Awesome. As always. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Looks like Jake, you're up. Welcome.
Hey, Coach.
Hi, how are you?
Very grateful to be here. Thank you for having me.
Good. I'm glad you joined. Welcome.
Thank you very much. So this script right here, little context about it, is going to be a warm traffic VSL. So people are
Okay.
going to be opting in, probably going through like a lot of DM conversations, maybe some cold ads eventually, but mostly all organic right now.
Okay.
They'll opt in right before this to learn like a #1 secret of the rich, something like that. And then
Okay.
this VSL will play. So what I want your feedback on is the documentary lead.
Okay.
Big time. I just wanted to test this after Stefan's presentation. And then the
Okay.
close is the other one. Any questions?
Gotcha. Nope.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let me see here. Nice. I like that.
I wrote this all in like 3 hours this morning, so I haven't edited anything yet. Like there might be a lot of mistakes. I don't know yet. I haven't looked at it.
No, that's a good, you did a good job of like, presenting something that most people are familiar with, like the sum of the five people. That's sort of like not a cliche, but that's like a standard. Is it 5 or is it 6?
I couldn't tell you. I just came up with it on a whim.
Okay. Yeah, no, but you do a good job of kind of doing it like a reframe, right? But what about the top 100? And then this guy has known hundreds of these celebrities. Let's see. What's the offer?
The offer is a $15,000 join, kind of like a master class where he just spoon feeds you clients. He has a bunch of pre-made courses where he wants coaches to teach them.
Okay. And now who's the market?
The market is mostly a 9 to 5 audience. It's a little different because they've switched to working at home since COVID.
Okay.
So that's what we're working with for the most part, corporate workers.
So I think what's missing here is, this is good, like that he's giving you this opportunity, but you need to, if these are people who are 9 to 5ers, that are so they're probably thinking about starting their own business or getting.
It's people that want to escape for the most part. I don't think it's people that wanted to start their own business. They just want out.
Okay. So what's missing here, because all you're doing here is saying that you've got the opportunity to get access to his contacts or his network, right? And I don't think mentally they're there yet. That what they need is a solution out of whatever they're doing, right? So I think the focus needs to be more about how he can help you create the life that you want, all that freedom lifestyle, language. Like, he can give you like a blueprint for either starting your own business or living like an entrepreneur, or that kind of thing. Like that needs to be the pitch, because only so many people are going to connect the dots and think, oh, the fact that he's got access to all these people means that I would have access to those people. And what does that mean? Like, what to somebody who has never been an entrepreneur before, what does that mean? That even if they had contacts or connections, what does that mean for them? Like you have to like literally spell it out. Does that make sense? I think you're frozen, Jake, or you're just not responding. think he'll come back. Isaac, yeah, that was my goal. We can come back to him when he reconnects. I'll jump to the next person. Yeah, I'll jump to the next person, and then when Jake comes back, we'll finish that. So Lorraine.
Hey, Sabah, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
Awesome, thank you. Okay, so this is an email. It's a little bit, it's not rated G, warning everyone, okay?
Okay.
It's for the porn, I know. It's for porn addiction. So they're offering a product, or to say a service. It's like therapy for men who are addicted to porn. So I just want to get some idea for you if I'm on the right track with this. I've done a lot of research, but I wasn't quite sure where to go with this, what direction. So here's the angle I took. I just want to hear what you have to say about that, okay?
Okay. You know, first of all, just be careful. I don't know if the client has been able to get around emails like this going to the spam filter. That's what.
Yes, I know. I might have to clean it up. I realize that, but thank you. Okay, yes, I realize I might have to clean up some of the language.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, because basically like this whole first, like this is going to hit the spam like
Okay,
right
okay.
away. So it's a porn addiction program.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the copy is good, right? It's very evocative. But I think the biggest thing here is just it's going to go to the spam folder. So
Okay,
you have
okay.
to soften it a lot.
All right, because I actually use so much of their language, which kind of like is good, but not, because their language is going to, like you say, get me into spam. So the concept kind of works. It's just I need to clean up a lot. Am I correct? Did you hear me say that?
I don't even know how they do it, like to get around like a compliance issue, right? Because you can't use the words, you know, porn addiction or even the word sex. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't know how to help you with this one.
It's okay. I'm walking a fine line, and it's really weird. I want to relate to them and use their words, but their words I know are gonna like you say, get me into spam. So I was kind of lost on like where to go, but I can clean it up. I can clean it up a little bit more. Definitely, just tone down some of the words.
Yeah, I mean, you might have to just take a very clean approach that like if, you know, so many, like almost do it like a advertorial or something where it's like, you know, millions of men are struggling with, I don't even know if you can use the word porn in.
I don't
like,
know. I'm asking you. I don't know if anyone knows that. Let me know. I'm not sure. I've never used the word porn. Okay. So I'm not really sure.
So let's say you can use that word, you know, you would just do a very like email that says, you know, millions of men are struggling with porn addiction. The good news is like there's a way out. You know, you don't have to deal with this anymore. You know, make it far less like narrative style and more just like almost like an advertorial, and then take them to the offer. But again, I'm not sure how, you know, what words you'd be able to use.
Okay, and that's fair. Thank you for your honesty. I appreciate that.
Okay. You're welcome.
So I'll just kind of work on that a little bit more, but thank you. And I appreciate you as usual. Okay.
Okay. You're welcome.
Thanks.
I think, Jake, you back?
If you let me, I don't want to interrupt if we
Yeah,
moved
no,
on.
we just jumped to the next person because I think yours froze, but
Yeah, I lost you guys. Sorry.
yeah, I think where I was, did you hear me when I said
needs to relate more to audience, that part right
yes.
there for sure.
Yeah.
I left comments, but you can't see them. I said lost you. Thanks for the short feedback. But
Okay.
all right. But
yeah, I think right here you need some more copy that will kind of lead a 9-to-5er into this idea that there's a way out, et cetera, et cetera. And then this comes later, that you basically have to show them, you have to connect the dots for them. So spell it all out for them. And then what that means is what if you had access to all of these successful millionaires or whatever, and they could connect you to the resources you needed, whatever.
that
you know,
sounds
then it
beautiful.
becomes benefit. So
yeah,
you have to spell it out for them.
Would you do that in the documentary lead style, or would you do it after a transition where he starts talking?
I would do it after transition. You need a stronger hook that is going to be like, finally, there's a way to escape. And it's like a shortcut or some sort of I mean, you used it like
Oh, yeah.
the secret of the rich or something. Like, yeah, it's got to be like an underground method, or, I'm an unconventional way to live the freedom lifestyle everybody wants, something like that. You got to get them, excited about it, and then introduce that, because this is basically the solution, right? That he's got all these connections and he can connect you if you
Yeah.
join his group.
Now that's great advice. Thank you. If you have time, I have 6 minutes before a call real quick.
Okay.
But if you scroll down to page 12,
Okay.
where I kind of reveal what this number one secret of the rich is, I got it highlighted. It's
Okay.
called the willingness factor. So I
Okay.
would spend a lot of time like the dating niche, just like teasing them. I didn't reveal it until here, 12 pages in.
Mhm.
So what is it? It has nothing to do with all this stuff. And then I kind of can transition into the close. I'm not sure about the close yet because we want them to book a sales call. So I
Okay.
just kind of said, scroll down through the page and click the button, but I don't know what else to do. There's an offer reveal down here, a lot of testimonials, and then the CTA doesn't feel strong to me yet. So that's kind of what I wanted.
Okay. So you're selling them on the idea that you can build a successful business, but without all the things that most people think it takes to build it.
Yeah. So I reframed it as like the willingness factor. If you look at Mark Zuckerberg, he gave up everything to start Facebook, lost his friends, lost everything.
Mhm.
But there's a new way to do success. And that is by joining the certified entrepreneur, whatever program.
Okay. But why would they become a coach? Why would they become a certified coach?
So that's the name of the program, because everybody that joins becomes a coach for something that they like to do. Like whether it be fitness, health, finance, whatever.
Oh, I see. Is that explained somewhere?
Probably not. So that
Okay.
should be. That should
Yeah.
be for sure then. Okay.
Yeah, because you're going to want to link that, whatever your passion is, like whatever you always wanted to do, like if it's fitness, finance, whatever, you can become, basically, you're telling them they can become an expert at that, and then they become a certified coach, right? Through this program.
That's big too. Yeah. So I need to spend some time just saying, like, have you ever had that one thing you've always wanted to do? You can do
Exactly.
that here.
Exactly. Like it's not, you never thought that you'd be stuck doing a 9-to-5 job, stuck in a cubicle at a job you hate, right? Like if you're serious about pursuing your passion, here's one way to do it, and you have the freedom lifestyle you want. And then obviously, then you have to explain that you become a certified entrepreneur coach through this program for that thing.
Okay. I think that's it. I've got 2 minutes before my call.
Okay.
So much love. Thank you,
Hope that was
guys.
helpful. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Tim.
Hey, Sabah. So this is a VSL for a
Okay.
dating coach. He has a high ticket offer,
Okay.
in-person coaching for people who live in the New York City area, or online coaching for people who don't live in that area.
Okay.
And so this VSL is strictly to book a call. It's 22 minutes long. And I followed the copy outline in Stefan's RNBC. My biggest questions are, since this isn't selling an info product, it's selling just a book a call. Do I still follow the same exact structure as the outline in the copy for RNBC, or do I follow a different structure? And also, I just love some feedback on the lead.
Okay. So is this
Ignore that. That's someone
Okay.
else typing in there. Yeah.
Okay. I think before you go into the hi, my name is so-and-so, you need something here. So your lead needs to be like something like, how is it that even like the dorkiest, nerdiest, most introverted people or guys can drop dead gorgeous women? Or, use an example, like celebrity examples of like couples that, where the guy is like not so handsome looking or whatever, but he manages to date like supermodels. Basically you got to present some like contrarian or like, surprising thing first. and then go into, hi, my name is Connell, and I'm going to tell you exactly how they do it. And then you go into all of this. Does that make
Cool.
sense?
Yep.
So yeah, you need like a lead setup here.
Got it.
Because this is strong. This is really good. Like you got, you go into great details and everything, but you need a setup first.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because to answer your question, you can still use the RMBC for this type of pitch, because it's just going to be a condensed one, right? Because this is like 22 minutes long, you said.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stefan, he hasn't looked at it, but on the call earlier on Tuesday, he said test like a 12 to 15 minute version. That's something that Alex Hermosi does. So
Okay.
he did give me that advice, and I wasn't able to ask him this though. Like, would I just take what I have in this 22-minute version and like start chopping it down to 12 to 15 minutes, or
Yeah.
would it look differently?
I mean, I would test a variety. You'll want to, if you have the traffic, I would test different leads and angles for this offer, because you might find, some like strange story or lead works better. But at the very beginning, if you did want to just do the 15-minute one, then yeah, I would take, because you have some really good stuff in here. So I would take a lot of this and just condense it.
Okay, awesome. Two last questions. Number one is, his unique mechanism isn't that sexy. It's like, he calls it radical honesty. And
Okay.
it's like, okay, I tried to bury that as far down so I could just build up anticipation and like really get people excited through his story when he had introduces radical authenticity. And then I tried to like knock down really quickly, like, if you've heard of authenticity, it's not that, it's something different. But he leads with this, like it's in his brand. He has a best-selling book on Amazon. So I'm trying to work with what I have. But
Okay.
like, do you have any feedbacks or thoughts on like, because I don't want to lose people when they hear authenticity. It's just like,
Right.
oh, fucking be myself. Okay, I've heard that. I've tried it. I don't know how to get around it outside of what I've tried in the script.
I mean, if you don't want to use the exact same wording, I would just say like it's you could come up with like a creative way and say, you've heard the cliche, be yourself. This is a new approach. Because basically what happens on the sales call? Do you actually pitch the offer in this?
I pitched the call. I like kind of tease I have a program. It's a selected program for the certain type of guy. And if you're this type of guy, then I want you to apply to book a call. We'll have a conversation on what that would look like. That's how I qualify and frame it.
So I might even like hide the mechanism and just say that they would find out on the call, because that's going to get, like, you could set them up and say, this is for you, because you do all that, right? Like, this is for you if you want to do this, this, this. Basically, you're teasing them on this, that you have this solution and this formula, or this, you've got the system or solution figured out. And if they want to learn how to get it, they just get on this call, right? So maybe not even give away how it works in great detail, here.
Cool. I like that. All right. I'll play with that. And then my second question is, as far as creating this page, the page for the VSL, would it be better just have headline VSL button, or headline VSL button, but then like just a waterfall of testimonials with some like CTA buttons sprinkled in to book the call?
Yeah, I would add the testimonials, but have them appear after a certain point in the video, if you can, so that they're not sitting there and people are like, oh, it's probably some sort of coaching program. Like, you don't want them to assume what it is, right? Like, you actually want them to watch the video. So at the point where there's a section when you start introducing results, right? That so-and-so has gotten these results with it.
Yeah, there's a few sections in there, right? Kind of just throw 2 or 3 testimonials in there just to back up some
Yeah.
claims.
So wherever that starts, that's when I would have them appear on the page. Like, you can do like a delay.
Awesome. That helps me. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Charles.
Hey, Sabah, how you doing?
Hi, good, thanks. Welcome.
Thank you.
What are you working on?
So I just wanted to review this lead here without going into all the details. This is an attempt at cobbling together existing funnels. There was really no lead in any of the existing stuff, so I'm trying to make something out of nothing.
Okay,
I'm curious to know your thoughts.
okay.
I guess I should say this is for a probiotic product.
Got it. I wonder if calm is the best word, or something like take control. Because, you know, a lot of people who are dealing with gas and bloating just feel like it's out of their control, right? Like they just, every time they eat or whatever, it's like they get, you know, their body triggers gas and bloating, like is this, you know, annoying problem or
Yeah,
relief.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, because you use take control of your health.
I can reorganize that, but yeah, I think that's a stronger.
Is it, so is the product, where is the product revealed?
It's got, so it's, even though it was not initially intended to be a long form, it's more of a medium form, but it's revealed in a similar flow to the long form. So it's
At the end?
middle of the page.
Okay. I'm not crazy about unstoppable immunity. I would see something like and support a healthy immune system over that. If it's necessary. I mean, is the client, do they want to push it as like an immunity product, with COVID and whatnot?
Unfortunately, no, there's zero wiggle room when it comes to compliance. So,
Okay. So with this lead, I think you need to mention that something related to the gas and bloating, like the doctor would only give these orders if you came forward with some sort of problem, right? So somewhere in here, it needs to say that you need to present like the struggle of like uncontrollable gas and bloating in some way. And then say, and your doctor's probably given you these solutions, right? That stop eating fatty foods, blah, 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 stop eating dairy. But despite all your best efforts, nothing seems to work. Like there needs to be a little bit of some context setting or framing here.
yeah, makes sense.
This is great. Instead of saying because the answer you've been looking for is here, that's like a direct sale. Like people can be like, oh, obviously he's gonna like try and pitch me something, right? Like make it a bit more intriguing by adding a layer, because the answer you've been looking for isn't what you think, you know, because that opens up like a curiosity loop. And then you can go into, you know, the explanation of why, you know, the things that most people do don't work, support it with statistics or whatever, and then why this thing works better.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, it was just up to the line, to the destructive power.
Okay. Yeah, it's on the right track. Those would be my recommendations, just to make it a bit more intriguing and stronger. And play around with the headlines. Like these two are very similar. You know, if you're going to test, so I would do some like radically different ones. Just try, you know, a couple of different angles. You know, that are more like, even I know I used this in the previous example, but like, you know, the unconventional or the you know, the hidden way to you know, you wouldn't say hidden, but something like that, like create some sort of curiosity of like, this is unlike anything you're used to seeing before, to, you know, to deal with gas and bloating and brain fog is what you want to kind of emphasize in the headline. So, you know, whether it's like a breakthrough, it's like a Japanese breakthrough, or wherever this thing comes from, something like that, you know, tends to do well.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Mike Henderson,
Hey, Sabah.
hi. Of course, it's going to be related to real estate or finance.
Of course, or
So,
crypto,
ready.
right? Yeah. So it's actually the same offer. I just
Okay.
drafted this today. It's a YouTube ad. Yeah, I just want to get your thoughts on it, really, if it works or not.
Okay, YouTube ad. Okay, so one thing I always say with YouTube ads is you need like almost like a power statement just to kick off your ad. If you study, YouTube ads, you'll notice that they start off with like one punch in the gut line to get people,
Okay.
because remember, you're interrupting their stream. Like they're looking for a video or they're about to watch something and you're interrupting their video. So instead of saying I'm about to reveal the hidden advantage, it needs to be something. Questions do really well on YouTube. So like,
Yeah.
what did you know the hidden secret that real estate millionaires are doing to grow their wealth? Something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I think I had something like that originally, but I wasn't sure.
Okay. Yeah, I would play around with that.
So did you?
Or like this, there's a secret. There's one little known secret that real estate millionaires know about growing their wealth. And there's a reason why most Americans have no idea what this is. Like, make a really powerful like statement. You want the person to be like, wait, what? And continue watching versus saying skip ad and going back to whatever they were doing.
Okay.
Yeah, because you talk about the secret. I would do a secret hook. Like, do you know the secret? Or there's one little known secret, something like that. Make a bold statement, because the rest of it is good. Nice. Yeah, the rest of it is good, Mike. You need that opener.
Just
And-
get that tighter at the front, a bit more impact.
Yeah. Like literally that first like 2 or 3 seconds is, you need like a strong opener. And I would test like a few of them and keep the rest the same.
Do you think, because like they're going to want a couple of leads, just like toy with that, with the way I frame that kind of same message, or come up with 3 kind of radically different approaches?
I would test like 3 or 4 different openers and keep the rest the same.
But variations on that, or like things that you like bringing new elements in?
Yeah, exactly.
The first one.
Because that part of the ad is what really keeps people or makes them drop. Right. So if you can nail them there, then the rest of your pitch is, because this is solid, like the rest of it is very smooth.
So sorry, on that first part, you think kind of more like broader variants, or kind of keep to that and just kind of.
I would do broader variants.
Broader,
like, you do the secret, but then do, I don't know. Yeah, you could pull it from
some kind of stat.
Yeah, the sales page. You've got a ton of content in there. So yeah, or like, 7.2 million, 1,000 millionaires, whatever, in the country are doing this. Do you know what?
Well, there's the thing about further down, it's a 33 trillion asset market, which they've never been able to tap, basically. So that was quite a nice stat, because it's like, what is this like, huge market that I haven't heard about, even though it's not something unknown. There's still a bit of curiosity.
I mean, you could talk about how there's this 33.6 trillion hidden asset market, right? Like, or an undercover market, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I just one quick question. Like, if I'm going to use this as the like use the same format a little bit to work that into some Facebook ads, is it just a question of, I don't know, like maybe condensing it a bit and making sure it's compliant, or should I be like setting it up in a different way? Because I tend to do more long form, so
yeah,
I'm not familiar with ads.
Facebook, try and keep it 1 to 2 minutes, so you might want to condense it a bit more.
Okay.
Yeah. And be careful with the claims, if there are any.
Yeah.
Compliance wise though,
Because claims have to be what people could reasonably expect to get themselves.
yeah.
Okay.
And I wouldn't make any promises about the return on investments or anything
Okay,
like
no
that.
promises.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right, I'll let you get on to other people, but that's been helpful. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome.
Cheers, Sabah. Awesome.
You're welcome. Ryan, let me see, high ticket copywriter.com. Is this your offer or a client's offer? Are you muted? I can't tell. Oh, having mic issues. Okay. Do you want me to come back? Okay, I'll come back to you. Who's next? Joshua. Joshua Copeland, are you still on? Are you having mic issues too? I see you. Joshua, going once, going twice. Okay, I'll come back to you as well. Brandon?
I'm here.
Hi, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I showed you this like last week.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, and the one that I had, like you just kind of told me to dive in a little bit deeper. So I wrote 2 different leads. That's the difference between version 1 and version 2.
Okay,
The rest of it's the same. So
okay.
I'm trying to think of if you scroll down, I'll tell you exactly where the lead stops. I forgot the exact headline, but it is a little bit low.
This? Okay,
That one, why you're not seeing results. That's where
okay.
the
Excellent.
yeah, so with these, like I just wanted you to I wanted to know if I need to relate back to the reader earlier on, like use the word you more, and if it's too like depressing and I need to like, add some benefits more early on. I want to get your thoughts on that.
Gotcha. Okay. No, this is a really strong storyline. All I would suggest is just to add an image here to
Okay.
break up the long copy.
Okay.
This is great, this part. Nice. Yeah, the transitions are smooth. The length is fine. It's a really good, like you did a really good job with the story, like the details and stuff. I would just add, an image to break it up.
Okay.
So let me read this one. Same with this one. Like you could use like a really good photo of like her, a woman that feels like unattractive to like next to a really attractive looking woman, like just to really emphasize the whole that she's comparing her body,
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah, these are both, I would test both of these. But same thing, I would just add a couple of images here. And even like with this one, the Hollywood Secret, like you could use some sort of like glamorous looking photo.
Okay, just add photos. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
like-
copy solid.
Thank you.
Was that all?
Yeah, that's all.
Copies? Okay, awesome. Xavier, haven't seen you in a while.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been busy with the baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is ads for the snow teeth
Okay.
whitening position.
Awesome.
So as you're reading, I had a question. So I looked at their Facebook ad library. I noticed they run a lot of short ads.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
And-
if you look at their ad library.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're really short ads. And
Yep.
I was wondering, like, if they're looking for an ad copywriter, do they want more of the same short ads, or do you think they'd be wanting a completely different style? I was like debating on that.
I would give them as many as you can make because they would want to test. I know those
Mhm.
guys spend a lot of money on ads. So I like the UGC style one. Is this on an actual video that they have?
They have styles of video like this where it's just a person talking, like a selfie.
Okay. So
So
this
I
is
wanted to write one like that.
okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if this will be a strong enough hook because remember on Facebook ads, you're only going to see this line and probably this next one.
Mhm.
And then somebody has to hit read more, right? So that those
Mhm.
first couple of lines need to be super intriguing. And you have to remember they're probably going to run like some sort of image or video with this.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure about this.
When I was looking at their page, they have something called the Confidence Club. That's like their
Mhm.
subscription. So they always say they sell confidence.
Right.
So that's why I was going with that. But I do see it needs to be more intriguing somehow.
Yeah, just a little more like you could even say something like The Secret to, more confidence.
Mhm. Do you think it would work better if I put like the 9 minutes a day up to the top? Like build your confidence in just 9 minutes a day?
You
Or reads
could,
a day?
and I would put it in the headline as well. I think they do that right now with a lot of their ads that like, whiter teeth in just 9 minutes a day, or the perfect smile in just 9 minutes, something like that. And you need headlines too. That was something I was going to mention. When you're
Okay.
sending ads to a client, always give them headlines as well.
Okay.
Yeah, those would be my two recommendations. And I would write them a couple of short ads, like 1 to 3 line ads, so that they can test it against what they're running right now.
Okay.
Is that helpful?
Yeah. Thank you.
Is there, does Stefan say how many ads they want for the sample?
No, he just said send in sample ads. I didn't have any like that I've written that are in the dental niche, so I just looked these guys up.
Gotcha. Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, if I was doing it, if I was applying for it, I would send them like 6 to 8 ads, like all different styles and different hooks and stuff. Because not only will that show that you like really took your time to like, come up with different hooks and angles, but they'll
Mhm.
have more to test. And there's a good chance that 2 out of those 8 will do really well, So I would give them as much as you can do.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Let's see who's next. Umar? I hope I
Hi,
pronounced
Sabah.
it right. Hi.
So I've got this test project with the client. It's a kind of a skincare gummy kind of company run by Summary, an influencer.
Okay.
I'm doing it through an agency. So they're just looking. So they've got like 2 controls right now for the top of funnel. Right here. And I've got the ad library link as well. So I've just now, they just want me to, have 2 top of funnel, 2 middle of funnel, and 2 bottom of funnel ads in terms of ad copy to test against what they're running right now. Because right now they've got media buyers who are writing the copy. So they want to see if they can get a better result.
Gotcha. So one thing I always recommend with that very first line, again, first line of the Facebook ad needs to be like that's like your hook. That's like a power statement that you need to make right up front. So this one I don't think is, that strong. Like for something like this, you could say something, finally, like, a gummy that combats skin aging or makes you, or helps you look younger, like something like that.
Okay.
And then you go into, this is okay, has created a new revolutionary solution, but it's kind of like blah, like it's just not very exciting. So, I would talk more like this is a, female market. Look at some of, Skinny Fit does a really good job of speaking to this market. And I think they actually have gummies now too. But you'll see that the way they write their ads are like very fast paced, very similar. They do a lot of these bullet points, with lots of emojis and things like that. But you'll notice a lot of their ads start with a very like strong first line, like because they sell like a collagen supplement. So it's about, the only collagen that helps you look years younger or something like that. So, kind of I would follow that kind of style.
Sure.
Yeah, same thing here. Like, it's just that's not a line that would make me stop and say, read more. You got to give me something, because this is actually a really cool product, right? That like you can eat these great tasting gummies and take care of your skin. Like, it's almost like a like a sweet treat that does your skin a favor, it's sugar free, right? So it's like a healthy gummy that also helps make your skin look better.
Yeah, it's kind of a perfect balance of everything in this product.
Right. Yeah, highlight how it's like a sweet treat. Women love the fact that they can eat this and it's not going to ruin their diet, and it's also helping their skin.
Okay.
Yeah, middle of the funnel, I would actually just start with the testimonial. And then this could actually be your like line before the get 10% off. So just move this down here.
Okay.
For this one, this is strong. Just say has already helped, because then it gives the sense of, oh wow, thousands of women are already using it.
Sure. No, I get you.
I would, if it's bottom of the funnel and they obviously didn't, check out, I would add the offer up here. So we noticed you checking us out, but you didn't, basically, but you didn't finish.
Okay.
Finish checking out. Check out now and get 20% off your entire cart, like something like that. Like, I wouldn't actually give them this as the CTA.
Sure. Okay.
I've seen this one used quite a bit. There you go. You got, like, I would do the same thing, that you put the reason to check out now right up at the top. Yeah, those would be my recommendations for this one. Top of the funnel, definitely stronger hooks.
Okay. So focus more on the first line, make it really intriguing, getting them their attention essentially.
Exactly. Yeah, it's got to be a
them to read on after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Thanks a lot.
All right. You're welcome. Peter.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hi, Peter. How are you?
How are you?
Writing for Blissy now.
You're a freaking machine today.
I'm not going to go 2 hours. I promised myself.
Yeah, you
because
better
I
not.
actually do have another meeting coming up. So
Nice.
hopefully.
Yeah, so this is just one of their like gift editorials that they're running. I'm sure you've seen which one it is, but I'll probably rearrange it. Just, you know, I'm not going to reinvent the wheel on a gift editorial, but I don't know if you want to take a gander at it real quick. And then I whipped up some headlines, sub-headlines. So I'm just
This
going
has been their control for like
for
a few
ages.
years.
Yeah. I told him, he's like, I don't think you're going to beat it, but you know, the more fodder you give us, I'm like, okay, great.
So these are
So
all headline ideas.
headlines, sub-headlines, and then I was curious about your thoughts on their page layout. If you have any thoughts on, because they go right into like the first person narrative of like, hey, Sally or Patty, whatever friggin', and then they go straight into that. And I'm thinking like maybe going more like clinical, because like it's an editorial for a pillowcase. I don't think Patty's story really makes a difference there. So I think I'm going to do clinical, like, hey, here's what doctors are saying, and then go straight into reviews, and then just like UGC.
Nice. Yeah, you could, because their whole thing is that it's that antibacterial and also helps smooth out wrinkles, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they've tried it, but I think I'm just going to flip the whole editorial on its head and start with, here's what it does for you, and here's the clinical shit to back it up. But anyway, if you want to spend 2 minutes running through those, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Did you go for the family thing? Did you go for the family thing because they sell like the packs of pillowcases, right? Like they do the bundles.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's going in, I'm sure it'll be deployed here in the next like week or two. So it's like, it's kind of hard to go the holiday angle too early, but they run the gift one year round. So I'm like, dude, just go holiday right out the gate. But I think you have edit access. So if you want to highlight any ones that stick out, that's cool. Or just make a star next to them or something.
Yeah, I like this one. Highlight it. This one. And I would even do like celebrity beauty secret, right? Because they've got some celebrity backing on celebrities that use silk pillowcases, or no?
Yeah, I think they want to avoid the actual like designation of celebrity, but I think if we just say like the Hollywood elite or the rich and famous.
Yeah, the Hollywood beauty secret.
Yeah.
I would add here just why it keeps selling out. I don't know if they've ever used that angle, but why the Blissy pillowcase keeps selling out.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, this one could work too. I like some of the longer ones, but I'm not sure if it would fit in there.
Yeah, in their format.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm always a big fan of the shorter ones anyway, so I'll just rework some of them, but I figure just throw them a smattering and let them pick.
Yeah, I like the wake up looking younger angle. I think you should expand on that. I like this. This is good too, but you could add something to it.
Sweet.
Yeah, I like the wake up looking younger. I think you could play with that one.
Cool. Appreciate you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Christopher.
Hey, Sabah.
Hi.
All right, so what we've got here is this first page is the before of my client's offer.
Okay.
Second and other pages are my iterations of what I would like to do with it.
Okay.
Because right now, when you look at the first page, it's really confusing.
It is, yeah.
And I hope that on my second page, it's a lot more clear. These two different offers that
Yeah,
really
definitely.
3 different offers. So is it clear to you when you look at the second page?
It is, but the one thing that is missing, I think, is this little description here of why the advance our core plan is perfect for those who want this, and then our one-time assessment is perfect if you want this. Like, I would actually add that little blurb under the header of each.
Okay.
I mean, maybe make it shorter, right? Like perfect. You could even do bullets, like perfect for you if, and then just do like 3 bullets under this. But yeah, this illustration is a lot more, it's a lot easier to consume and understand and see the value.
Thanks. Yeah. And then the other thing I'm wondering is there's a lot of different ways to present this. So if you go to like page 3, for example, I decided to, it's not that much to knock it down to 2,999, but they're going for a more affluent market. And I wonder, does that cheapen it to do 2,999? Like to someone who's a doctor and makes $200,000-300,000 a year, is there a big difference between 3,187 and 2,999? Does that make it seem like Walmart when you make it 2,999?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly would do 2,997 just because you've got the 7 in this.
Do you think we would need to, or it's strong enough? Like, would we need to cut it that much more?
I mean, can you test it?
Yeah.
And is there a reason why that $200 difference is there? Like, or are you just looking for like an attractive price point?
Yeah, I just thought like, well, 3,187, that's really close. I mean, if you could do 2,999 or 2,997, that makes it look way lower than the paying monthly option.
Yeah, I mean, people will look at the 2,997 as close to 3K, right? But this is like over 3,000. It's like an odd number too, so it's not a pretty price. I mean, if I was priced, because if you wanted to make it look like it's a package, but you know what I'm confused on here though is there supposed to be a difference between these two?
Yeah, so I'm glad you're asking. So the middle column is if they paid monthly for a year versus paying in full for a year.
Oh, okay. So maybe just add a line here for 12 months or something like that, so it's clear, because that's not clear.
Oh, I'm trying to see where you're indicating.
Like next to the 4,387 or below it, like add a line for 12 months.
Okay, that's kind of what my little star there is, but you're saying that isn't.
Yeah, because right now these look like 3 different plans.
Okay.
I mean, I know technically they are, right? But what you're trying to actually say is that if they choose, if this is a monthly plan and this is the annual,
right?
Like a prepay for 12 months, right? So I would just make it clear somewhere in this box that it's basically try and sum this up in like one line.
Okay. Okay, awesome. I appreciate your feedback on this. That was the little tweak I needed.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, and if you can do 9, I would just do 997, 4387, and 2997. Make them all 7s at the end. Okay, hope that's helpful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Rick Forbes.
Hello, hello. All right.
Hi.
I'm very nervous. First time live doing this. Well,
Don't
live.
be nervous. All good here.
This is like a for the Los Silva e-commerce thing. This is just
Okay.
a practice. I don't have a client. I'm just trying out my writing.
Okay. Okay. So if you're going to do a story, you need to set up the story. So it needs to be something like, depending on who the sender is. Because remember, you want to talk to your reader and be like, a lot of people I know do this, this, this. Let me tell you about Jim. And then you go into Jim's story. Does that make sense?
Got you.
So just a little bit of kind of, connect with the reader, like tell them, give them a tiny bit of context, right? And then say, let me tell you about what happened to Jim ever since the pandemic hit, this, this, this. And now you're telling, the story. What is the offer?
Offer is I'm essentially just trying to get them click to a video. It's a little YouTube video, 12-minute, or sorry. This is it for an affiliate link for what do you call it? I'm trying to think of the name for it. The 12-minute affiliate program is where they set up a system for you and you just sit back and literally make money.
Gotcha. So but the video probably sells it, right?
It should, yes.
Yeah. So when you're leading into a video, basically it's like a mini VSL, that you're sending the traffic to, and don't describe the offer here. Like all you want to do is tee them up for the video. It's like, watch the short video and see what Jim did, or check out this 12-minute plug and play method that allowed Jim to breathe easy, and then that's it. Because you want to get them excited about, oh, well, what did Jim do? And now they're going to go over and watch that video and get sold there. So I would take out, like I said, don't pitch it here.
I'm going to take all that out, chop it up.
Okay. Yeah.
Please.
So whatever your story is, I think this is a strong story. Just make sure that depending on how much research or information you have about the audience, like the list that this is going to, make sure that this is a story that they can relate to.
All righty. Cool.
Yeah, you have the right idea. Yeah, you have the right idea. Just make sure, again, with emails, you're just teeing them up to go to the next click, right? Like you want to sell the click. You don't want to sell the offer here.
Got you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Paula.
Yeah, I just kind of wrote this real quick, but it's basically a guy, he relapses from porn addiction, and it's supposed to lead to some coaching.
Okay.
And I'm not done with it, so there's just
okay. Yeah, depending, same thing here. Like, I wonder if you need to lead in with a, let me tell you about Ben, Ben's story.
I don't know. I've always been told to kind of like start in the middle.
Yeah, you normally do that for sales letters. Like this is an email, right?
Yeah.
An email that's going to go to a sales letter or a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's more right. So you would mostly do that in a sales letter because you've kind of warmed them up in the email or the ad that got them there. So this email is trying to get them to, what is it going to? Is it an actual sales letter or?
It's a sales page.
Sales page.
Letter. Sales letter.
Yeah. I mean, since it's unfinished, so you haven't gone to a CTA, but ultimately I would set it up that you can tell Ben's story, and then you basically go into a CTA and find out how Ben finally overcame, his addiction, and then click here. Like that's the URL, and then you let the sales page do the explanation. Does the sales page talk about Ben's story, or is it something else?
No, this is just like setting it up just to go to the page.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard to tell without the actual sales page and this being unfinished. So yeah, I mean, the copy is decent. I would just worry about some of the wording in here triggering a spam filter. So I don't know if the client has run stuff like this before with no issues. I said the same to Lorraine earlier, because I think she might be working on something similar. But like using the actual word porn in the email might trigger spam filter.
Okay.
Is that helpful?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I think that's everyone except who had the highticketcopywriter.com. Are you still here? He might have dropped off. Ryan, okay. Are you able to get your mic working? Oh, you can't chat on voice. Do you want to just drop in the chat what you needed help with? Maybe I can cover it. I have about 5 minutes. So you're just open to new ideas? Okay. Is this your offer? Okay. So clients, meaning you want to be a coach for copywriters, or you're looking for high ticket clients? Both. Okay, well, it depends what you're selling. So, because that's two different markets, right? Like this offer, it sounds like it's more for, hey, if you want to learn how to become a high ticket copywriter, let me show you the secrets or whatever, right? And then you would have like a separate section for, are you a client looking to hire a high ticket copywriter? Here are some examples of work I've done. This should strictly just be for clients. So if you're trying to attract, then it would be like a portfolio site, right? Like where you're sharing your case studies or examples of copywriting projects that you've done that have generated whatever sales. Yeah, if you're trying to get clients with this, it probably wouldn't work because you're basically pitching it that I'm giving away my secrets to selling high ticket programs. What you want to do is say, I know the secret to selling high ticket programs and I help clients do XYZ. Like I can grow your list. I can help you attract more qualified leads. I can help you convert more of your leads into high ticket sales, that kind of thing. So I think you just need to rework the messaging and the pitch. Be doing paid proposals, spend settle style. Yeah, then I would rework all the copy on this page and make sure that you're basically all you should be doing is speaking to potential clients. And really, this is a portfolio site. So you need to show examples of stuff you've done. So they're buying stuff that sell them on working with me. Yeah, but unless you're selling them like a low ticket offer of some sort, which I don't think is the way to go if you want to get clients. Yeah, you're just selling your services and you have to show lots of proof, get testimonials from clients that you've worked with in the past. That would really help. Or just examples of stuff that's that converted really well, and you can kind of walk them through, do like a Loom video and be like, this is how I approached it. This is what the client wanted. And this is what I did. And then, that's super helpful. But yeah, that's what I have for you on that one. Okay, cool. Sorry you couldn't get your mic to work. Is there anybody else? You're welcome, Lorraine. Is there anybody else I missed? Otherwise, I will have to drop. I think I got everybody. So, okay, awesome. All right, same time next week, guys, 3 o'clock Eastern on Thursday. Have an awesome week, and I will see you in the group. All right, bye.